public hearing is the South Side region of the Commonwealth. And we are looking forward to hearing from you all about this area you call home. And I apologize for the quarter-hour delay due to technical difficulties. My name is Rick Harrell, and I'm a citizen commissioner from South Boston, and I will be acting as the presiding commissioner at this hearing. I'm going to ask my fellow commissioners to introduce themselves. The first one I see on the screen is Delegate Dolores McQuinn. So if we'd start with Delegate McQuinn.
Good morning, I'm Delegate Dolores McQuinn, representing the 70th House District in the General Assembly, which is in the Richmond RVA region. Glad to be here. Thanks.
Delegate Simon.
Good morning. I am Delegate Marcus Simon. I represent the 53rd House District, which has the entire city of Falls Church and parts of Fairfax County here in Northern Virginia. Look forward to hearing from everyone.
Senator Stanley. Are you on mute, Senator Stanley?
Enjoying this discourse from Senator Stanley.
Okay. How about Delegate Adams? I believe you are.
This is Delegate Adams. I represent the 16th House District in the General Assembly, and that includes City of Martinsville, parts of Henry, and large part of Pittsylvania County.
James Abrino.
Hi, I'm James Abrino. I'm a citizen commissioner from Fairfax, Virginia.
Brandon Hutchins.
Good morning. I'm Brandon Hutchins, Citizen Commissioner from Hampton Roads.
And Sean Kumar.
Hello, Sean Kumar, Citizen Commissioner from Alexandria.
Greta Harris.
Good morning. I'm Greta Harris, Citizen Commissioner from Richmond and also co-chair of the Redistricting Commission. Good morning and welcome.
Virginia Truss Thornton.
Good morning. I am a citizen commissioner as well, and I live in the greater Lynchburg area, specifically Forest, Virginia.
And Senator McDougal.
Good morning, Ryan McDougal. I live in Hanover and represent from Spotsylvania up to just below Fredericksburg, the Northern Neck, Middle Peninsula, and thank y'all for being here.
Did I leave out any commissioners? All right, thank you. We have a couple of housekeeping matters.
We did.
Excuse me?
Good morning. Did we hear from Senator Stanley? I know he was trying to, but he was not, we couldn't hear him.
I heard a little bit. You want to try again? I still don't hear him.
Yeah, right.
We see your face on the screen. That's Senator Bill Stanley from just west of me and represents part of Pittsylvania County and Franklin County. And I don't know what else. Martinsville, I guess, probably. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with your audio, but I will begin. This hearing and all subsequent hearings are being translated simultaneously in Spanish. And I'm going to skip this part because we've already been through the difficulties of this, and apparently no one has asked for this language translation in this particular hearing. I will be calling off names from the sign-up sheet, so please forgive me in advance if I mispronounce your name. When you are called, we ask that you first identify yourself and tell us where you live. If you are speaking as part of a group or on behalf of a group, please identify the group as well. Please also state the specific map you're commenting on. It's fine to give us general comment not related to any particular map, but if you are speaking for or against a specific aspect of a map, it helps us to identify. The most recent House of Delegates maps are A7 and B6. The most recent Senate maps are A5 and B4. Then there are also other maps that have been submitted. If you're commenting on them, please designate what their name is.
Y nos tienen que dar su nombre, no se olviden, o el nombre del grupo al que representan.
It looks like our translation's coming through. Anybody?
Parece que la interpretación ya está saliendo.
Oye.
¿Todos se escuchan bien?
Ilka,
Yes.
we are not going to be doing the translation because we were not able to get it to work so that you could only be heard by those selecting Spanish. So if you could stand down.
And so
Just don't-
this is, and I ended my work for this morning.
For this morning, yes, ma'am. We'll work with
And
you this
then
afternoon.
we'll meet again this afternoon. Okay, I will tell Ms. Willett also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. I'm sorry this didn't work.
No, sorry, Mr. Harrell.
Okay.
All right. Given the
Bye.
number of persons who have signed up, we're setting each person's speaking time to no more than 3 minutes. We'll be keeping track of the time and we'll give you a 30-second warning. If a previous speaker has already stated what you'd like to say, we encourage you to simply state your name and where you live and that you echo the comments made by this speaker. The purpose of this public hearing is to hear from you, the citizens of the Commonwealth, and specifically the South Side. This is your time and we are here in listening mode. This is for us to hear from you, to learn from you so that we will not be taking questions or engaging in any discussion or debate. We are most interested in the factors you want us to consider when reviewing the proposed districts and your thoughts about your community and how you would or wouldn't define it. But all comments shared here today will be heard and considered when we finalize maps. Our first commenter is Will Pace. Shay, is Mr. Pace ready?
I am ready. Let me start my video here. Let me get on here. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Excellent. Well, good morning, everyone. I see a lot of friendly faces here, so good to see y'all. My name is Will Pace. I'm a resident of Pittsylvania County, and I also serve as the mayor of Chatham, which is the county seat of Pittsylvania County. I've been following the efforts of the Redistricting Commission. I've been anticipating how the city of Danville and Pittsylvania County would look like. And I appreciate the recent changes made to keep our communities of interest intact within Danville, Pittsylvania County. I'll try to be very brief in my remarks though, but for the Senate district, I'll keep it short and sweet. It's perfect. Leave it the way it is. I'm talking about A5B4. That is the Senate district that has all of Pittsylvania County, all of Danville, all of Henry County, all of Martinsville, all of Franklin County. I've never seen a perfect Senate district, but that is a perfect Senate district right there. Leave it the way it is. As for the House maps, A7 and B6, I think those are better than the previous versions. So thank you for those fixes. These maps split Pennsylvania County north and south, not east to west. And that's very important though, because if you split it east and west, you will split the communities of interest in Pittsylvania County. It's important to keep the Hurt area, which is the top of the county, intact. It's important to keep Gretna, which is below that, intact, and Chatham right below that intact too. So the fact that you keep the Hurt, Gretna, and Chatham areas intact in one House district, which is A7B6, is great. And also the fact you kept Pittsylvania County, I mean, the Danville portions, Danville and the portions around Danville, Pittsylvania County compact is great too. So please leave that the way it is. It's not perfect, but I think it's the best solution. So I hope that you'll keep it the way it is though. I will say this though, there has been a little bit of chatter about some of the drawings, but as I would say, leave it the way it is. Keep Danville and its regions intact. I've made a comment you can see on the website of what they are, the communities of interest. I'm not going to bore you all with all the details of the communities of interest, but I did provide public comment on that. So again, please leave it the way it is. Another final comment I'll make though is I don't know why the map makers keep putting Floyd County in the equation, because Floyd County has nothing in comparison with Franklin County or Patrick County. I feel like Floyd County should be with Montgomery County instead, which is part of the New River Valley. So I would suggest looking at that though, but again, leave the Senate districts the way they are for Pittsylvania County and Danville. Leave the House districts the way they are for Danville, Pittsylvania County, because it does keep all our communities of interest intact, and we don't want to split communities of interest intact. So thank you so much for your time. And finally, on a final party note there, a word of wisdom for the entire Redistricting Commission. Please, 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 please keep an eye on Senator Bill Stanley for office. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pace. Our next speaker is Rebecca Daly. Shay, is Rebecca Daly in line?
Not here, sir.
Okay. Ms. Daly?
Did you hear me, Mr. Harold?
Excuse me?
She's not here, sir.
She's not here. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Erin Corbett.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Erin and I am with the Virginia Civic Engagement Table. I just had a quick comment. Firstly, thank you so much to everyone for getting interpreters and translators into this process. It's something that has just absolutely overjoyed our coalition. So thank you so much for this work. To follow up on that, I completely empathize with technological difficulties in this process. And so to that end, several of our partners have expressed interest in helping navigate that. So I would really love to somehow offer that assistance in getting interpretation and translation live on Zoom. However is the best way to do that, please direct me, but I just really wanted to make sure that we could be a tool for you guys as much as we're able. So thank you so much for giving me the time. Really appreciate it as always.
Okay. That finish your comment, Ms. Corbett?
Yep, that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Volpe Boykin.
Not here, sir.
All right, thank you. How about Danny Turner?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Mr. Turner.
Okay, let me mute the I've got two things going at the same time. So you can hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, well, I'm the Danny Turner, former mayor of the city of Martinsville. I'm the senior member of Martinsville City Council with seniority. And I'm in a unique situation is that I live in Martinsville, but I worked 28 years in Danville, 26 of them with the United Parcel Service. And I think that Danville and Martinsville are different, totally different. Growing up as a kid, everybody went to Martinsville and Danville basically had the same things. And so there was very little interaction between the citizens of Martinsville, Henry County, and Danville, Pennsylvania County versus Patrick County and Franklin County. You know, one time both Danville and Martinsville were centers of industry. And, we had buses that left Martinsville and went to Franklin County and went to Patrick County to bring people to work in the city of Martinsville and Henry County. So I'd like to see, a legislative district that represents Martinsville, Patrick, Franklin County would be a more contiguous neighborhood than Martinsville and Danville being one. So I agree with the way that the districts have been drawn out. What I've seen of them, there's two districts, and both I guess the Democrats and Republicans have agreed on one of them. So I'd like to support that.
Okay, well, thank you for your comment, Mr. Turner. And next commenter is Wallace Hudson.
Good morning. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Wallace Hudson, and I'm a resident of Mecklenburg County, South Hill, Virginia. And I would basically like to see us remain the way we are in our district, especially when it comes to Halifax and Mecklenburg County. I think it served us well in the past, and I think it would hurt if there are any plans to break it up and put our Mecklenburg County into a different district. That's my comment.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Hudson. Our next commenter is Tammy Mulchy.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name's Tammy Malkai, and I'm from Clarksville, Virginia. I serve on the Clarksville Town Council. And I just have one concern on the B4 and the A5 maps for the Senate. Like Mr. Hudson, Mecklenburg and Halifax counties are so similar economically that it just makes no sense to separate those. And in one of the maps, it takes Halifax away and separates it from Mecklenburg. And I just think it's very important to keep those like counties together. That's all I have.
Well, thank you, Ms. Mulchy.
Thank you.
Rick Buchanan.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. I'm going to echo the previous two speakers. I'm from Clarksville, Virginia. I was born and raised in Clarksville, and I've moved back to Clarksville now. And the history of the area is Halifax and Mecklenburg counties have been tied together in industry, working environment, lots of things. I looked at the zoning map, I mean, the Senator map 8-5, which goes all the way up to Halifax and Cumberland, encompasses Mecklenburg, Brunswick, and Halifax on the south. And that is a very homogeneous area, a very unique area in that it's a very rural district, and we are all pretty much the same. I'm very familiar with the district, that district, the way it's A5 is drawn, and I strongly recommend that we keep that as an area that would be very well represented by a senator. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Buchanan. Our next speaker is Kathy Lawson.
Good morning, Kathy Lawson. I am a resident of the city of Martinsville and currently serve as the mayor of Martinsville. And looking at some of these maps, there are some proposals that would move Martinsville into the area with Danville. We feel that that would be a negative impact to our community. We are supporting House Maps A7 and B6 and the Senate map A5 and B4. And we would greatly appreciate your consideration of those maps in aligning Martinsville more with our colleagues over in Patrick County. And that's my comment.
Well, thank you, Ms. Lawson. Our next comment is Ted Daniel.
Yes, my name is Ted Daniel, and I'm a resident of Halifax County. I was the town manager of South Boston from 1998 to 2014. Those years were turbulent, to say the least, with the loss of our textile plants and the dramatic shift in the tobacco farming and marketing. We were in survival mode and remain so today. Cooperation with our neighboring local governments became critical as we sought ways to consolidate, cooperate, and reduce the impacts of the continuing economic challenges. There's no better example of this cooperation than the creation of the Mecklenburg Regional Landfill. Halifax County, the town of South Boston, Charlotte County, and Mecklenburg come together to solve their solid waste challenges in a manner that met the needs of its citizens and provided long-term cost savings for all. It is my opinion that this commonality of economic needs, values, and social interests demands common representation in the General Assembly. To split Halifax County away from Mecklenburg County in senatorial representation is in no way consistent with the regional cooperation the two counties have developed, especially through membership in the Southside Planning District Commission. I feel the proposed senatorial districts that reach so far north of the standalone Halifax County are not in the interest of our citizens. I believe the most effective representation will be by a person assured of understanding our counties and surrounding needs. And I appreciate Mr. Hudson's, Ms. Mulch's, and Mr. Buchanan's comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. And next speaker is John Hamlin.
Mr. Hamlin is here, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Harold, it looks like Mr. Hamlin has not unmuted.
Well, it's give him a few more seconds. We can come back to him after. We don't have but 3 more. Do we want to go to Mr. Height, or we want to just give Mr. Hamlin a little more time first?
Sir, I think we can circle back. He may have stepped away from his computer.
Okay, see if you can, Randolph Height, see if you can get him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, Mr. Hamlin.
Sorry for that. I couldn't get unmuted. I'm John Hamlin. I was mayor of Danville for 6 years, and I was on council, I sat on city council from 1986 through 2006. We had a number of things that took place during that time, of course, with the stoppage of and the slowdown of textile and the elimination of tobacco. We have now, I think, started to turn around, and to link us with Martinsville, I don't think would be the proper thing. We could get more done, or Martinsville could get more done by being out there with other like residents than what we're having if we brought them in, because Martinsville is looking to go to a town status. And once they do that, the whole ball game changes for them as well. And I don't think it would be in the interest if you tried to join them. So therefore, I would support the A7 and B6 maps. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamlin. Now, let's go to Randolph Height.
He's here, sir.
Okay. Should we circle back around to him?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Douglas Stanley.
Not here, sir.
He's not here, right? Okay. And Lauren Burke.
Not here, sir.
Okay, and finally, we want to try Mr. Height one more time.
Also, note, Mr. Harold, that it looks like Volpe Boykin is on one now.
Okay. But first I was trying to get Mr. Height. Is he? All right, let's go back to Volpe Boykin.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Boykin.
I would just like to say in redrawing the districts, when possible, the cities should be kept in districts as much like themselves as possible, because rural people and city people, we live different. We believe for the most part in different things. And when we have the same representative, that representative can't really represent the beliefs and morals of most city people and most rural people. You can't, lump everybody in groups, but for the most part, I find that true. I live in a rural area, and I'm not talking about towns. I'm talking about cities. And basically, that's my only suggestion and what I would like to say.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Boykin. Shay, before we close, did Mr. Height ever show up?
No, he's actually not showing anymore, sir.
Okay. All right.
Yes, and Mr. Harold, I did attempt to call him and got a voicemail.
Okay. All right, and that's all of our signed up speakers, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like to thank everyone for their participation today, and again, for your patience in our technical difficulties, which we'll try to improve on in the next hearing. And in this case, I will adjourn the meeting, and thank you very much.